everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tech-Lax, the webcast. Joining me from the Ottawa Black Bears is Nathan. How's it going, Nathan?
I'm going well. How are you? Thanks for having me. I'm pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So I got a few questions, and then we got our rapid fire game.
Love it. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And then we get into our fun questions. So let's get into the first set of regular questions. What do, what does it mean to you to be on the team bringing the NL back to Ottawa?
I've actually been asked that question a lot, and I feel like I have a different answer every time I ask it because you meet people from like around my hometown right now that are just so eager and excited, and they kind of give me a different reason to even play. When I first started playing and things like that, there was always history of the Ottawa Rebels, and obviously I knew some background within then. But I had no anticipation of coming home, right? Because the team wasn't really here. You heard some rumblings about things going to Montreal and
Yeah.
getting close to home, but but nothing set in stone. And then when it finally got set, I was like, "Holy cow! Like this could all come really full circle here." And I could kind of be like that hometown guy. And then after the season in New York and in Albany, it kind of just all fell together and got a hold of Rich and just the ability to feel that kind of excitement from other people that you really haven't got to talk to or haven't got to see you play possibly like that, old coaches, old friends, family, things like that. It's super exciting, and it comes with a level of nervousness, but it also comes with a level of um, just excitement just to get out there and finally have these people lay eyes on you, and it's fun. And just to bring it back to Ottawa, a place that greatly deserves it, and it's going to be backed. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, so you're from that area then?
Yeah, so I was military rat. So my dad, we were actually born in Nova Scotia. Then I moved to British Columbia when I going into grade 4 or something like that. And then in '08, I believe in '08, I came to Ontario. So I wasn't born in Ontario, but since 2008, I could say I know my way around.
Yeah, you've been there most of your life.
Yeah.
Same with me in Calgary at this point. I moved
Yeah.
from BC 2010,
Mm.
and then I've been here ever since. So,
Whereabouts in BC were you?
my hometown's Nanaimo.
Oh, I was in the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just played for Nanaimo last summer.
Oh, for the Timbermen.
For the Timbermen. Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It was nice being back out there.
Yeah, no, Nanaimo's pretty fun for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's another question then. Where did you play your minor career?
So again, like bouncing around, bouncing around. I didn't play lacrosse in Nova Scotia. I think I hooked up with a stick and stuff like that. Like I've definitely had it in my hands. But I first started playing in BC, little Comox Valley Wild for you.
Yeah.
Just kind of nice going off of that. But then also the Nepean Knights here in Ottawa. They kind of have my true heart for my home club and things like that. Spent most time with that. All my coaches that have brought me up that I can kind of delegate to the player I am. Are plenty in BC that definitely are responsible for probably me playing lacrosse. But as for development and things like that, um, coming from Nepean was such a good line of coaches and role models there to install like that level. Like we have Sam Firth that I played with last year. Like his dad, Matt Firth, was pretty much my coach all through growing up. So,
Oh
and he
wow.
played himself. Yeah, we had some inside of the game for sure. Yeah,
Nice. Okay, what is your fave game day hydration drink?
I gotta go simple with a good old water, but a Pedialyte,
Oh yeah.
those baby Pedialytes that you get at the pharmacy. Yeah, I got to keep hydrated. I sip on one of those usually right when I wake up to till about probably game time.
Nice.
Yeah.
A Pedialyte. What exactly is that again?
It's like it's gonna be. I'm gonna describe it so weird. It's like you ever have those popsicles when you were a kid, when you were hot out in the sun. They kind of tasted like medicine a little bit.
Yeah.
Those are Pedialyte popsicles. So basically, what it
Oh,
is,
okay.
it's just like it's like a thick hydration solution. Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty. The first sip's kind of thick. I gotta say that, but after that, you get used to it.
Cool. Okay. What is the best cereal in your opinion?
Oh, a Vector cereal.
Y-
Get that protein in you.
Yeah, what was your favorite childhood cereal then?
Oh, that's a better answer. It's gotta be. I gotta be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I would say Captain Crunch, but I'd have holes in the top of my mouth. That's always good. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch for sure.
Nice. Yeah, cinnamon toast crunch is a solid one for sure. Me, as always, I have to go frosted flakes or fruity pebbles.
I like Frosted Flakes. I couldn't get into the Fruity Pebbles. So I had those. My buddy liked them out in Texas. I think
Yeah,
Will Malcolm and yeah.
yeah,
Fruity Pebbles not my style, but I could definitely get behind the Frosted Flakes.
yeah. You played for Panther City a little bit, hey?
Yeah, that was out in Texas for the first 2 years. That was fun. It was definitely a culture shock. Like just going from, like I said, like Nova Scotia, BC, to kind of coast towns, right, full of mountains, to big city Texas. Out in Fort Worth, it's kind of smaller than Dallas. I don't want to say that. I don't want to tick anybody off, but I don't know for sure. But it wasn't so much of as a big city as Dallas, so it was a little bit easier of a transition. But still, people were great. I say culture shock, but it was not a bad thing at all. People were great, loved me out there, loved having us out there. It was great. A lot of people getting along. I would say they're just as nice as how Canadians say. I think they just like to talk about themselves a little more.
Nice. Yeah. So did Panther City draft you then?
Yeah, so I was drafted 11th overall in the first round by
Nice.
Panther City in 2022.
Oh
I
yeah.
got it. I graduated from college in 2021. I think they drafted me in September.
Oh yeah.
No, I think that's still 2021. I can't even remember. It's been long.
but
I
yeah,
feel like it's been so long, but it hasn't. I guess I'm going into my fourth year. Yeah.
being selected 11th overall, that's a high pick.
It was very exciting, but my parents have taught me well throughout my life. Just
Yes.
kind of stay humble, and also like kind of I'm a very firm believer what goes around comes around. So if you're all hot dogging and cocky about it, like you better be showing out for sure.
Yeah. Okay. What is the most epic game system you've ever played on, video game wise?
Oh, gotta be the Nintendo 64
Yeah.
or the GameCube. That's what I had growing up. Oh, I even like we go into there's this old like big time gamer store in Toronto, and they sell all these old games. And me and my buddy were looking at an old GameCube, and we're like, man, why did we ever get rid of this thing? Like, it's unreal. But yeah, I'm on the Xbox now. Still play. All
Yeah.
my friends stop playing. No. Um, but yeah, Nintendo 64 and the GameCube, I would say are still my favorite.
Yeah. What was your favorite GameCube game?
Luigi's Mansion.
Oh yeah.
Never been able to beat it. Was too young. Got too scared, I guess. There
Yeah. No, I actually have a GameCube. I actually bought a GameCube from a used gaming store here in Calgary years
you
ago,
go. Yeah.
and I had it was for the sole purpose of playing Super Smash Melee.
That's unreal game. We used to put that thing in the Wii because you used to put GameCube
Oh
games in.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
We used to do that so we, we could keep it up to date. It was so
yeah.
fun.
And yeah, fun fact: the only controller I'm still good at on Super Smash Bros. Is a GameCube style controller.
Just easy kinetics.
Yeah,
Just A B A B.
yeah. A little button mashing.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you could have a personal theme song that played whenever you entered a room, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Probably the Shawn Michaels walkout song. I'm just as sexy. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. That's a tough call question, but I would say probably a WWE walkout song.
Nice.
I was a fan of that when I was a kid, and they're honestly unreal watching those guys walk down. So I think that'd be pretty cool. I would have to put into some thinking of which one I'd want, but there's a lot of electric ones out there for sure.
Nice. Okay, how do you see the future of box lacrosse evolving in the next few years?
It's growing, man. It's you could with the teams we're putting in with like you see the NLL juniors absolutely taking off, and you see all these like minor programs, and also I find the media side of things are taking over like these tournaments and things like that, and really showcasing like what kids can do. You see the abilities that these kids are able to like play at such a young age and things like that, and I think it's crazy. So I don't. It's growing at a crazy amount from the athletic standpoint. Like kids are getting way better at the game, but people are starting to know and starting to draw interest to what this sport is. You know, people are always like, oh, we love the physicality, so we love football, we love hockey, we love the speed, so we love like this and that. But I'm like, man, just give us a chance.
Yeah.
Like you come to a game, we got all that. I've never had somebody, especially in Texas, because that was baseball and football, right? Like
Yeah.
that's a hard demographic to break, and uh, going in there, even people in Ottawa, we've definitely had way more people see a lacrosse game here than we have there. But I even tell people, I was like, you will not be let down. You will have a great time with the people you're at, cheap, good night out, and I guess I'm getting kind of sidetracked from your question too, but
No worries.
yeah, I just think with the people that we have kind of in staff, kind of front running box across right now and the mentality we have it for, it's all about growing the game. I feel like we have the right people in it to stay away from growing it for personal gain or things like that. But I think we're just trying to grow it for the next generation so kids can come in and have the ability to play this sport full time.
Totally.
And yeah, and I think we're about to see a huge boom. We're starting to see like field lacrosse going into the Olympics, and it's even the type of game is transitioning into that box style, right? We're seeing the sixes, the closer together. So, is there a time where maybe I could see box cross in the Olympics? I feel like it would generate a whole nother level of excitement. I'm not saying sixes won't, but I definitely people think they would be very much excited to watch it. So I think it's on the boom right now. I'm so happy to be a part of it. I kind of strayed away from your question, but yeah, I think it's on the rise, and everybody kind of can see that. Everybody wants to get behind it.
Yeah, no, very well put. So now we have our rapid 1 minute fire
Oh,
game.
here we go. Lay it on me.
Yeah, so you want the most time on the clock possible.
Okay.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke. Ah,
Tim's or Starbucks?
Starbucks now.
Disney Plus or Netflix?
Netflix.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Xbox.
Warrior or Pal lacrosse?
Warrior.
Mentality or physicality?
I saw that one. Mentality.
Time travel or teleportation?
I don't want to be stuck in the past, but I want to say time travel, but I think I should say teleportation. Time
Hamburger.
travel.
Okay, hamburger or hot dog?
Dog. Give me a dog.
NL or PL?
NLL for sure.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Okay, bonus question: Pixar movie or Disney movie?
Pixar.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't know.
No,
That's a
wait.
bad one.
If you stay with, do you want to
I'm
stay
good.
with
I'm
that
good.
answer?
Uh, no, I don't know. Yeah, Pixar, sure.
Okay. Well, that gained you an extra second. So, because Pixar was the right answer, you got 17 seconds on the clock.
Nice. So I'm okay with 17.
Yeah.
It's a good number. I need 15 though. We gotta get that five.
But no, it's the most time on the clock, so 17 is actually a decent score.
That's right. We need that.
Yeah.
17's good.
Yeah. Okay. Now back to some other interesting questions. Who has been your biggest influence in your lacrosse career and how they impacted your game?
I think growing up, um, was very personal the way I played, and like we couldn't really watch it a lot. But growing up, I did spend a lot of time watching Colin Doyle, the captain of the Toronto Rock, number seven. Um, I wouldn't even say closely to the way he played, but just to the role and like leadership that those guys brought, even around like his year. Like I said, it was hard to watch right on TV because sometimes you could only get the game that was near you.
Yeah.
So the Toronto Rock games and things like that were the ones that, like a lot of kids here in Ontario, are the ones they grow up watching, right? And just that year of teams, kind of probably around that 2000 mark, things like that. They installed the level of play that was just like we just talked about quickly, mentality and physicality. Like I said mentality because I think everything from your game derives from whatever you come into thinking, and they just brought it every night. hard hits, hard running. They just like tried so hard and allowed their skill to just be that baseline. So, okay, I'm going to go 100 miles an hour and I'm going to rely on my skill to keep up
Yeah.
and to keep up. And when we come down and we talk about role players, and they're huge for the game because not everybody can just be a shooter, right? Or like some big time like playmaker, goal scorer. There's a lot of role players that need to be played, and I think going out there every night, knowing what I need to do, studying the game, studying the other team, knowing what I need to do for my team and what they're looking for in me, what my responsibilities are. I think grasping like the whole aspect of that like era
Yeah.
of just like hard nose, like because the sticks weren't as this is a weird, we're like congruent, right? Like there definitely were
Yeah.
worse back then, right? You had to rely on just going hard,
Yeah.
and I think that's something that maybe players are slipping away from. They're really relying on that skill, and it's pretty, it's very pretty,
Yeah.
but you can get caught, and I think I really rely on my work to show as well as my skill. And I think that's kind of what I derive from watching them at such a young age. So I like that. I think I like that answer more than following somebody completely
Yeah.
because I want to leave this game thinking like um, maybe nobody played a role his role like he did, or nobody did it like I
Yeah.
know I'm not an outstanding generational player, but I want people to see the work ethic and understand that a lot can come just from you giving that 100%.
Yeah. No. Very well point. What's the craziest moment you've experienced in life so far? Can you tell us about it?
Craziest moment, oh, losing that NLL championship.
Yeah.
I gotta be on. Yeah, I didn't. I've lost championships before, hockey tournaments, blah blah blah. You name it, right? I I didn't know the lesson that was going to be taught to me after that loss. Obviously, you hear all winning builds character and blah blah blah. But if someone were to say that to me right after I lost, I probably would have tell them to shove it because
Yeah.
it's hard to get there. That was my biggest wake up call was what's needed to get to that point,
Yeah.
and then the extra step you need to actually win. I honestly, it changed my outlook on like how I attack workouts or how I attack work, especially lacrosse. It's delicate. It's not here for a long time. Your body's not going to keep up with you for a long time. You you're counting down your times where you're going to be at that point. So it's like it kind of changed my focus a little bit. So I know that's a little late in my life for craziest thing to happen, but I think that was like my biggest like wake up to life in the aspect in the kind of presence of you don't have that long, so don't like don't take a shift off or don't take a
Yeah.
day off. Yeah.
Totally. Okay. You get to pick the next NLL expansion. Where is it and what is team name?
I've heard rumors in Nashville, and I'm telling you, Nashville would be quite the time. Like they got behind hockey so much, and people were
Yeah.
worried about that. And yeah, at the first couple of years, it felt like people were kind of just going for the tourists and be like, "Oh, I can go watch an NHL game." I think people would love it down there, especially because the demographic.
Yeah.
It's like everybody now you see going for vacation there.
Yeah.
But the team name, I don't know. I don't know. You couldn't play off of Predators. That just sounds the Nashville Nailers. No, I don't know. I don't know. You
Ooh.
got to get a cut. You got to get a country something.
Right?
I don't know what they're known for.
Yeah. I think I've heard a little bit of talks about Nashville too, so
That'd be pretty sweet.
yeah.
Pretty cool. Especially like I feel like you can spend a fortune down there. So if you're just going for Friday to Sunday, get out of there.
Yeah.
Good food, good time, good game. Yeah.
Where would you put a Canadian team then?
Uh well, I would have said Ottawa, but now that we got one, you know what? I saw the amount of buzz that Montreal got, and I met some guy. I'm sorry, I don't want to say some guy. I met this gentleman from Laval at our jersey reveal, and he was ecstatic. His son was beside him, and he was more excited than his son was. I don't know if he was
Oh
shy,
yeah.
but he was just like, "Yeah, man, Laval was going to get a team." He's like, was so heartbroken when they didn't. And I'm listening to this guy, and he's like, "Well," I'm like, "You got one in Ottawa." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be driving down to every game." I'm thinking he's like kind of sarcastic. I'm thinking, "Hey, you got it. It's a far drive. You might miss one." He's like, "No, no, no. We're gonna be there every single game because
That's
my
awesome.
closest team." And I'm just like, "Yeah, people are ecstatic for it, excited. It's funny."
Yeah, let's talk about those jerseys for a second. Like, such well done, hey?
That's exactly what I thought. Beautifully done.
Yeah.
I didn't even know going into it Larson had such a big impact on the
Oh
jersey.
yeah.
But wow, for the things he did and bringing it, like people can miss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think he knows what he's doing, and coming from his age too, I think he can like he speaks to us a lot better, like connect in a connection wise. So he knows what looks cool, he knows what doesn't, he knows what colors mash, and as soon as I saw the jersey, I got like that old timey retro Sens jersey kind of in the back of my head with the colors. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it was so cool. And we're still not done. We still possibly could have other ones
Ah,
that have not yet been released.
a
So
third or an alternate, hey?
I'm not saying anything. I don't want to get in trouble. Possibly, you never know.
Well, you guys heard it here first.
Don't quote me on it. You're gonna get me in crap.
No, I won't.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay. Any game day superstitions?
I try to keep it honestly as simple as possible. I like the superstitions I can control because you do that one where it doesn't go your way, then you're in your own head for the whole game, right? So like to keep it light, especially during warm ups and stuff like that. Like it, I find when I'm having fun playing lacrosse and I'm at my loosest, that's when the games come natural because then it's just like playing in the backyard with your buddies. But I got to keep it light. So me and my buddy Matt Marinier on the Ottawa Black Bears as well. Plenty of guys do this. We play basketball on the crossbar.
Yeah, I
So
actually tried that for the first time just the other day.
it's nice. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as it looks, but then to other people, it looks like whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll do a little friendly wager on that. We started that this summer in Coburg. I used to just go to the same spot for lunch.
Nice.
Especially at a home game, you can
Yeah.
control, how you're going to feel after the meal. So, but it is cool. I could find out another spot in Ottawa.
Yeah.
It used to be like I like the smaller Italian spots or the
Yeah.
delis. Get that big fresh sandwich or
Nice.
chicken parm or something like that.
Nice. Okay, I got one more question before we get into our fun ones. You get to build your dream lacrosse squad. Who are the free players you pick and join you?
My dream.
Your dream free players to join you.
Jeez. I can make a lot of people mad right now if I don't tell. If I don't say them. Um, that's a tough question. You caught me on the spot. This might be a longer answer.
Alright.
I think I gotta go. My lefty my lefty O partner. I think just because he'll find the net for me and he'll set some picks as well as get around mine. I gotta have my boy Johnny Grant Jr.
Yeah.
Think he's kind of a lock on that left side. Um, so that means we'll have to have one guy on the right side playing that overload because we're
Yeah.
not quick. So let's get Lyle over there so
Yeah.
he can be
Okay.
fast and versatile. And geez, who's a big old brute of a D guy? I'll just keep him out of there. Just a brick wall. I'm trying to think of older. I'm trying to think of retired. Say an old coach, maybe get a good job text. I don't know. I'll cut it off at 2.
Okay.
I'm keeping it. Yeah, I don't want to keep you too long on that. I could think about that for hours. Yeah.
Okay. So now we enter our fun questions. First one is you get to ask me a question. What do you want to know?
When did you start? Like, when did you find out you wanted to kind of get into podcasting and doing it? When did you start liking the
Uh,
interviews and things like that?
so I want to say 2, 3 years ago, I basically was covering Roughneck games for a buddy of mine's channel, Blue Sasquatch, and I was doing in-depth game analysis for that.
Yeah.
And then I interviewed Curtis Dixon, and then my buddy's like, "Hey, why don't you go out on your own and do your own thing?" And I was like, "Okay." So I learned OBS and everything, and that's kind of how that started.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad first interview having Curtis Dixon either.
I was gonna say, I was like, that's a pretty good front runner.
Yeah, no, he was the first one ever on the show.
Good. I'm glad. That's it's really exciting, man. Like once I heard and we got to get connected, we finally got connected too.
Yeah,
It's been a hell of a couple months.
yeah. Oh, hey, you now get to dress me in any swag from your team. What am I wearing?
Oh, man, I can't even get most of my own swag, but there's we when we did the jersey reveal, we did these sick hoodie reveal.
Ooh,
And they're it's like a nice cotton red with just it's just plain just the logo. So
yeah.
I got to put you in one of those. And then I think I gotta throw you in a maybe a possibly third unreleased jersey.
Oh, okay.
But then I definitely think Will Johnson's goalie pants.
Yeah,
That'll be a nice fit. They'll really show off the bottom half. Keep you in
cool.
shorts too, right? It's
Yep,
summertime.
yeah.
Um, and then I don't know. Can we pull Sparty Cat's head because he's at this because we're at the Sens arena?
Sure.
Something as ridiculous as that.
All right.
But the merch is nice. The merch is coming out. We got a nice hat that just released as well.
Yeah, I think I saw
Um,
that. Yeah.
yes, and they're all done. They're all designed by this one. I'm gonna butcher his name. So, but they're all designed by this one particular group or guy. So
Nice.
he does a very good job. But the hoodies that are coming out are very nice. I've seen some pants before, but I don't think I have a really good grasp to aerate them a little bit right here.
Yeah. Okay, you now get to nominate a teammate. Who am I talking to next?
A teammate. I think. Oh, if you're looking for a bunch of if you're looking for like another like a good solid interview or core, someone that will really talk to you about kind of growing up and a guy that's like um been grown up around the game, Taggart Clark.
Okay.
So his dad Glenn Clark,
Yeah.
right? My old coach for Albany,
Yeah.
uh is going to be playing with me in the Black Bears. Just played with him in Nanaimo as well last summer.
Nice.
So I've been with Tag lots about like playing against each other and playing with each other, but getting to stay with him in Nanaimo last summer. We were living in the same house, and poor guy, we had a triangle roof,
Oh.
and he was too tall for our like top ceiling room, so he was neck bent all summer long. I was dying. But he's a good talker.
Cool.
I haven't met. I don't know. You got a lot of guys on that team that I could talk your ear off. I gotta be honest. We're all kind of all the same, right? You get
Cool.
us in a good mood, get us some good conversation, we'll let it fly.
Cool.
But I know Tag well, and someone that's also come from that aspect. I don't know if you've ever done a coach's son or so, and like a son that doesn't even play for his coach. You know what I mean? So that could
No,
be a
I
total.
haven't. So that would be.
That's what I'm saying, right? You could be like, yeah, growing up with an NLL dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you now get 1 minute to shout out anyone you want and go.
I just want to shout out, like I talked about before, everybody, especially in Ottawa and as well as my family, that has just been such a good part of this process. We got something huge brewing here in Ottawa, and as well as I want to shout you guys out. Thanks for having me on here. This was great. I love what you're doing. Like this is part of growing the game as well. We need to get this out. There's not enough of this, and kids watching this stuff would love it, right? They got a bunch of information, some funny questions, right, and a good little friendly banter. So I really want to shout you guys out for what you're doing. It's good. It's really good for what you're doing for the game.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time today, Nathan.
No problem.